Hey guys, how's it going? How's the side back with another video? So guys, in this video we will be talking about like the softwares required when you're just starting out your like agency, right? And let's suppose you got a first line. So what softwares will be required? For example, if you want to go on a Zoom call, what software you should be like ready with, right? So I have literally created a Google Doc for you guys in which everything is mentioned. So of course I'll be sharing that doc and it will be also in the description. But before going to the description again, guys, just a quick I just want to ask, like, if you haven't joined this group, there will be the link in the description as well for this group, and this group has been like just growing at an insane rate. So if you just want to be a part of this group, it's completely free, of course. So you will be finding a link in the description for this group, and just join the group. And yeah, guys, see you in there, right? So guys, before wasting any more time, let's get straight to the very point, and let's talk like what softwares are actually required in order to collect your payments. Let's suppose getting on a call, signing the docs, and onboarding call, you just name it, I've just covered it all. So here's the Google Doc which I've created for you. So just don't quit the video as of now, because I want to like give you like thorough explanations of like, yeah, why these softwares are much more required and what I actually suggest, and which software I actually do like in certain category, right? So first things first, for payments, as you already know, like I personally use Stripe. As of now, like for sending payments to US clients, like such, for example, whether it's refunds, whether it's like a referral bonus, right? Or for example, like buying something in US, I use Vice, right? And for collecting payments, Stripe is my first choice. If for an example, if my, let's say, if I'm doing business with someone in, let's say, Pakistan, right? Or if one of my employees is from Pakistan, so if I want to send salary to that guy in Pakistan, then I use Payoneer to send that payment. Because I don't think so like there's like any way possible, whether it's from Wise or whether it's from TransferWise, that I can collect and send payments directly from India to Pakistan. So that's why like the only way for that is Payoneer. And I also didn't know about Payoneer, but we had like an Pakistani employee, and he told us, yeah, like we can accept and collect payments via Payoneer itself. So from that time, of course, I did remember it, and that's why I'm just mentioning it here perfectly. So guys, another thing is for LinkedIn automation. Of course, like without prospecting, you cannot get clients, and LinkedIn plays a very big role in terms of the prospecting part. So your if you want to do automate some things on LinkedIn, let's say outreaching people on LinkedIn, there are only two softwares which I have worked with. Because guys, in this list I've all like only mentioned like the softwares which I've worked with and I have experienced with, right? Because I cannot just blindly like recommend you or suggest you any softwares out there which I haven't have experiences with, right? First is Galaxy. So guys, recently what's happening is like LinkedIn is kind of suspending LinkedIn accounts if they're getting suspicious about like, yeah, you are using some kind of automation. So that's why like I would say like wait for like couple of months and just do the outreach from like completely manually instead of using any automation. Because LinkedIn is getting like Facebook, and it's like on to be honest, like disabling spree, or let's say restricting spree. So he LinkedIn is just banning, restricting, suspending everything. So just wait for a couple of months, let it cool down a little bit, and after that you can just start automating your LinkedIn outreach again. But for the outreach part, for the automation part, I have only used Galaxy as well as Expandy. And my personal favorite is Galaxy, because it's like you just have to set up it once, and after that it's keep on sending the connection requests, the follow-up messages, and you just keep getting like good positive responses automatically. So that's my favorite part. So for example, not for example, sorry. So let's talk about the sales part. Now you have got an appointment, right? So guys, of course, you are like actually perceiving yourself as a marketing agency owner. So as a prospect, your prospect is also seeing, yeah, he owns like a marketing agency. So he know what he's doing, right? So now what happens is like when I started out, I didn't had like Zoom premium plan. So I only used to get like 30 minutes of the time, and if let's say if the sales calls are more than longer than 30 minutes, it used to like completely like end the meeting. And that was kind of very much embarrassing. Like my prospect used to like think, of course they used to get this hunch like, yeah, he cannot even afford like a Zoom premium plan, so why he's like like how he's running a agency. So that's why like getting a Zoom premium is the best thing you can do. Because what happens most of the time, you get on a Zoom call, you never know, like you expect like, yeah, the Zoom call will be like getting like finished in, let's say, 15-20 minutes and you'll be done. But that's not the case. What happens is, like, most of the time you get in a conversation, your prospect, it keeps going on, as well as going, and you never knew, like 40-50 minutes just keep passed on. So that's why what I will suggest you get a Zoom plan, and it will of course extend your limits. And the second important part is you will be also able to record your calls. So initially, what mistakes I've made, like so far till this very date, we have booked 600 plus or 700 plus appointments. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But my point is, like, for the first 300 to 400 appointments which I've took like over Zoom, I never recorded them, and I regret that very bad, very bad, because you have to record every possible Zoom meeting you're like actually hopping on. Because first things first, you can see like what are you doing wrong, how to handle objections, and you can also like somewhat document your journey. Like, yeah, like 2 years back, I was like this at sales, and at this current moment I'm this at sales. Like, there's like completely drastic change. So that's a very good way for like either like improving yourself in sales and other basic stuff, right? So my point here is get Zoom Premium, and there are like a lot of features about it, right? Now if I talk about the onboarding, so it's pretty much straightforward. Either if you don't want to like spend anything on type onboarding, you can go with Google Forms as well, which is completely free. So for the first 1 or 1.5 years for my agency, we have personally used Google Form. Recently we have switched to Typeform, and now we are just using Typeform because it gives like kind of premium feel for to our like prospects, like, yeah. So that's why like we are using Typeform. But if you don't have money to spend on like these silly kind of things, then of course you can use like Google Forms as of now. And once you have like a good flow of cash as well as clients, then you can just upgrade it to Typeform. That would be my suggestion here. Now for client communication, guys, communication is very important, right? Getting on like check-in calls and everything, what not. So we are using Slack, we are also using WhatsApp. So we have clients which we have created like a WhatsApp group, and we are connected and chatting with them there, right, instead of Slack, because they don't like Slack. So my point here is Slack is somewhere around 10, 15, or $20, I'm not sure. But it's a good platform, to be honest. You can like, if you have like a lot of employees for your agency, you can just add them all on Slack in your organization, in your workspace, and you will feel like, of course, you're doing this SMMA business. It's more like a virtual business, like you're sitting at your home. But if you will get Slack, so all of your employees will be there, so you will feel like it, like it's an office space, right? So that's why my point here is like get Slack if you have like a lot of employees. So of course my agency have like around 10 to 13 or 14 employees. I'm not sure, I haven't counted yet. But it's somewhere around that. So like it gives us office feels, somewhat office feel, because like we are just working virtually. Of course, most of our, like most, not most, but every employee of ours is from India. So that's why like we want to get this feel like, yeah, we are actually working in somewhat office. So that's why like it's kind of like we are using Slack. And to be honest, initially what happened was, before Slack, we were like kind of communicating just on WhatsApp. So like if we had like a big WhatsApp group of 13, 14, 15 people. But if like we recently switched to Slack, it's been, I guess, 6-7 months maybe, and it's going so far good. And like it actually maintains the decent professionalism, right? On WhatsApp it seems like it's kind of informal. But as soon as you switch it to, let's say, on Slack, your clients, your employees will be more professional towards you. That's the secret of Slack, right? So now, guys, let's talk about the signing the contract. Again, very important part, very important thing, sign request. I'm 100% sure you haven't heard of this software. Again, I'm not sponsoring, like sponsored by any of these softwares. If I have would have to make money, I would have like, of course, like um, had my referral links here. But of course, guys, this software, I've been using it for from the very starting, never used DocuSign as of now. And this software costs around £9. I'm not sure how much that is in terms of the dollar. But yeah, this software costs £9. It's very cheap, and it just does the job very well, and I'm happy with it. That's it. If you're using DocuSign, of course, that's good, like whatever you prefer. But yeah, this software is good. That's what I'm currently using right now. Let's talk about the for the appointment scheduling part. So only software that I recommend is it's like Calendly. There is like one other which is like Acuity, maybe Acuity somewhat scheduling, maybe, I'm not sure what's the name. Scheduling. Yeah, Acuity. Yeah, this is the name. Acuity scheduling. So I've used this once, but I wasn't that much satisfied. But yeah, Calendly Premium just does the job very well. Premium, yep. So the premium has like the workflows. You can just automate stuff. You can follow up with the prospects automatically. Send them automatically, like the text, the email. Send them thank you email. You can email them additional resources and whatnot. So it's like a complete. You can say like a full. You can say it's like a uh, monster platform to automate things in order to increase your show up ratio, right? Because what happens is like you schedule like a lot of appointment but no one shows up. So what Calendly workflows actually does is like this send them you send your prospects automatic like text reminders, emails, additional information, results, testimonials. So it keeps on nurturing your prospects. So that's the best part, right? So now let's talk about the CRM part. This is the most important, and this is like how we upsell our most of our clients. So Go High Level is actually a CRM, as well as you can like call your leads. You can text your leads from the CRM, as well as the and second part is automating follow-ups. So for an example, if a lead comes in for your client, so this software will automatically send a text as well as email reminder to the lead to book the appointment for your client. A very good software. So let's suppose if you have a good client base and they're just like they have just signed up for like lead generation services with you. Now guess what, you can just upsell your clients like, hey John, we have like a new software as well as CRM which you can use to call and text and email the leads, as well as we can set up an automation for you which will be automatically sent to these leads, whether it's text, voicemail, email, whatsoever, and it will increase your lead to appointment booking rate. That's it. That's how you upsell. So you can just charge another $500 for this kind of service, and we are also doing that. We're charging more, but yeah, 500 would be good to start off with. Now for basic automation for your agency, whether it's like for your clients, let's say a Facebook lead came in, now you want to send an email to your client. That's how Zapier works. Like Zapier helps the most. Let's suppose you want to like populate a lead in a Google sheet. That's where Zapier help the most. So the Zapier, like there's like a lot of use of Zapier, like we have been using it for a while. So I think we are using the bigger package of Zapier because we have like a lot of clients and we use a lot of tasks from Zapier as well. Now for professional email, you are running an agency, so make sure like whatever the name of your agency, you should be having a professional agency professional email. For my email is it's bhavish at the rate growthmagnetstudio.com. So you can get both of those things from Google Workspace as well as G Suite, right? And it's working amazingly well. So you should have a professional email because it actually shows a credibility as well as like how much professional of a guy you are, right? Now for spying on your competitors ad, it's again a very important part. Of course, let's suppose you if you're just starting out and you don't have a media buyer and you want to just keep all the money which your client sent to you straight in your pocket instead of like splitting that up with your media buyer, then of course what you can do is you can like purchase like a Power Ads by like subscription or Facebook ad library. It's kind of free, but Power Ads by works well. It just tells you like which ads are active, inactive, the ad performance, you just name it, a lot of basic features which can definitely help you from your competitors, from separating yourself from the competitors.